Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Pastor Darrell from The Quest in Galesburg, Illinois. So glad to have you with us again today. And I wanted to share just a real brief message this morning, and it is kind of fitting. I want to talk about waiting on the Lord. I've had one of those mornings. I'm pressed for time. I got someplace I've got to be in just a short bit of time. And of course, Facebook's been acting up. I know you can't imagine that, but it was just flashing and doing all kinds of things. I couldn't get on there, and the weather outside is not the best in the world, so it's really affecting lighting. And so I thought, you know what, it is what it is. But while I was going through that process, I was kind of impatient. If you know me, I'm not the most patient fellow in the world. And waiting on the Lord is not always an easy thing. I was talking with one of my good friends, been a good friend for a number of years. He's going through some struggles right now, and I love him dearly, and I don't mean any harm towards him at all. But we've all been in that place. And he said to me, he said, Darrell, I'm just tired of waiting. You know, we all get tired of waiting. But you know what? It doesn't always work according to our time schedule. The Bible says in the book of Lamentations, the Lord is good to them that wait for him, to the soul that seeketh him. The Lord is good to them who wait for him. You know, it's not always easy to wait. And this is going to sound kind of silly, but probably every parent can relate to this. It's been almost 31 years ago now, before my first son was born, my first child. When my wife was pregnant, of course, we were excited. That was and doubled on us. Pardon me, I didn't turn my phone off. It was doubled because we had lost a child previously, so the anticipation was even higher for us. And as we were anticipating the birth of our child, and that time got closer, the excitement grew. The anticipation grew. We had everything ready. We had the nursery ready. It just so happened at the time I was graduating from college at that time too. And so there was more anticipation, and I would get so impatient. And I remember leaning over and speaking to my wife's belly, telling my son, we didn't know if he was going to be a boy or girl at that time, but I said, I'm tired of waiting. Well, guess what? My tired of waiting didn't speed things up at all. Matter of fact, he was delayed coming. We waited and waited. My wife went into labor and was in labor for 40 hours, and I was getting tired of waiting. I was physically tired. I was emotionally tired. But you know, he didn't come till he was ready to come. Now, what does that have to do with anything? Well, that's kind of the way God's promises are. God promises us something, and in ourselves, in our anticipation and our selfish desires, we want it now. We get tired of waiting, but you know what? God's timing is perfect. The Lord is good to those who wait. When we learn to wait on God, then he will fulfill his promises, and he will use us in the time and the place and the manner in which he wants to. We can get tired of waiting all we want to. The psalmist said, I waited for the Lord, and he heard my cry. When you wait on the Lord, listen, he hears you from the moment you cry, but he's not going to move until his timing is perfect, because it's not about just meeting your needs. It's about what will bring him the most glory. Learn to wait on the Lord. It's hard. It's hard to develop patience. But James writes about it, and he says that when we wait on the Lord, there's a promise waiting for us. And it's not just talking about this. It's talking about in our temptations. So we are all tempted in this life. But when we resist that temptation, when we don't give in, when we wait on the Lord, it will all work out to our best advantage and for God's glory. Hope that helps somebody today. God bless you. You have a wonderful day.